Yo! Welcome to the show, Bro Mob. We're your hosts, Jed and Brian. Today is September 9th, and you know what that means? Tomorrow. Tomorrow. It's football. It's back. And I'm squeaking. I'm excited. I'm having a good time already. Keanu is having a good time. Brian's having a good time. I think he hasn't said a word.
Yeah, I'm here.
Listening right now. There he is.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I was just letting you. I was paying the respect. Just
yeah, as you should.
That's it. No more.
None.
How about respect that new intro video?
I know.
Franklin did a good job.
He had to.
Franklin
fired him.
Franklin, you did a good job, buddy.
We fired him. Oh, I'm squeaky. We fired him. Brought in Tony. We hated him, and then we brought in Franklin back.
Well, Tony was not a good hire. He was actually very very terrible. But Franklin's done a good job so far. I
like him.
Yeah,
Franklin too.
Franklin. Well, he's the same Franklin, so he's crushing it.
Some would say he's improved, better.
Yes, new version Franklin.
Franklin 2.
I am so pumped for football.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can't wait.
It's actually here. It's here. We are
not yet.
Well, it's here. Okay. We got football in less than 36 hours from when we're. I mean, it's 48 hours from right now. We'll be wrapping up. Well, I mean, we're recording. It's Tuesday night. We'll be wrapping up the first game of the season right now.
Wrap it
in 48 hours. So 36 hours from now, we'll be getting ready to kick off. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I can't believe it.
Hold on.
Can't believe it's here.
So what you're saying is the game is going to be 12 hours long.
Look, don't do the math.
To 48 hours.
Don't do the math. Don't do the
kick
math.
Off to stop half a day.
It's an event. It begins at noontime. It begins at noontime on Thursday and basically ends. Yeah, noon-tuned. I basically blocked the entire afternoon of my Thursday off, and I will be watching all football. Bro Mob, I might actually. I'm gonna tell you right now. I might actually get on a live stream and just live stream I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to put a camera on me so you can watch me watch football, because it's exciting when I watch football. There's a lot of non-movement and just me screaming at the TV.
Overindulgence of pizza. Just pure slice after slice.
So let me ask you this. Who's your favorite, who's the week one, I guess, player, and then the week one matchup that you're looking forward to the most?
Overall? Or this Thursday?
No. Thursday, there's only one game. I'm talking about the whole week. Oh, week one.
It's the game.
Yeah, well, no, it's not.
Game starter. Booty smasher.
Face lifter.
Just not again. Not a single face lifter.
He'll never be gone. Ever. No, face lifter for life. I mean, that needs to be a t-shirt. Face lifter for life. Anybody?
No one would understand.
It's like the New World Order. Face lifter for life.
Air horn. Face lifter.
Right. Face lifter for life. Face lifter. Here comes Hogan. Hogan out of left field. Don't worry about it. He comes out. He's just guitaring.
Sponsored.
Yes. Oh,
sponsored by Hogan.
Sponsored by Hogan. Can we get a? Can we
use face lifter?
Can we call Hogan and get him to sponsor the pod? Is that possible?
Listen here, brother. I'm talking about face lifter. We're talking about Keanu.
And we're talking about New World Order. All right. All those things are really important.
What you think? Maybe he's forgotten about the real world. and it's all New World Order in his eyes.
No, I think he basically just sits on a beach and puts suntan lotion constantly on himself. I don't know what he does. But whatever you do, Hogan, just know you do it well.
You're living your best life.
You're living the Hulkamania life.
Yeah, you're making it wonderful out there.
Are you living the broski? Are you living the broski mania though?
That sounds terrible.
That needs to be a T-shirt. Broski mania.
I want to live in that.
I need that T-shirt. Broski mania.
You have all these T-shirt ideas. Make 0 T-shirts.
We are not a T-shirt company, Chad. I don't know if you know this or not, but
we don't even write them down. We talk about them. They all sound great.
I've had at least a dozen $1 million ideas in my lifetime. None of them have worked.
None of them have succeeded.
No, but they're still good ideas.
$0.
So you can imagine.
Yes,
that's right.
You can imagine. Oh, all right. We got to get into this show. We're talking too much about Hogan and facelifter. Bro Mob, it's week 1 starts and sits. Brian, you asked me a question. I'm skipping over it because I don't even care about it anymore.
No, we need to get to this. You need to answer it. I need to know what's the week 1 matchup you're looking forward to the most for fantasy purposes. Ooh. Or just for general, like you're just like excited to watch football. Like I guess you could do that too.
In general, I'm excited to watch football. I would like to see the first reception from DeAndre Hopkins, from Kyler Murray. I like to see that happen. Pretty excited about that. Would also like to see DK Metcalf's first and second touchdown of the season. Week 1. Put it on the board. Loving it. Living it.
So I'm gonna throw this out there. One, I'm really looking forward to seeing Tom Brady as the Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Like,
yes,
that's gonna be in the first game of the season is just it's the perfect. They couldn't have teed this matchup up any better. Buccaneers, Saints,
win or lose.
I think the Saints. I think the Saints beat them. I mean, tough to come into New Orleans and win anytime. I mean, that's a tough place to win. I think New Orleans got a good team. I think Tom Brady comes up a little short. Here's the $1 million question: what do you think the odds are that Tom Brady's first pass as a Buccaneer goes for a pick 6 the other way?
Ooh, is that actually out there?
I don't know. It needs to be. And if it is out there, I might actually throw some dough on it.
That's got to be a prop bet.
That's got to be, right?
Not going to, though.
Tom Brady's first pass as the Tampa Bay Buccaneer goes for a pick 6 the opposite direction. Oh, my God.
Someone's making some money on that if that happens.
Yeah. Bill Belichick.
Oh, nobody.
Put all of his money on it. He's like, take this, Brady. Click. Brady's like, oh, no. You cursed me from afar. I'm looking forward to that, and from a fantasy standpoint, I'm really looking forward to actually Thursday, just seeing Clyde Edwards-Helaire as the running back for the Chiefs. I'm looking forward to that. It reminds me of like back when the Chiefs opened up against the Patriots a few years back, and you had Kareem Hunt there, and he just went berserko. And guess who he went berserko on? Me. I played against the guy. I had him week 1, and he went absolutely gangbusters on me. And I ended up losing that game. But I think it was the year that I actually won the championship in the league. So either way, it was good. Actually, no, I think I was coming off of a championship season. And that was the year I did not
remember anything.
I forget everything. I don't remember nothing.
The memory has been fried from all of that, son.
Oh, yes, it has. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to fantasy a lot.
All right.
Well, a lot.
To get this episode rolling because you keep stalling it.
Just forget it. Let's just hang it up right now. All right. Just put a big W on my screen and just call it a day.
Let's just talk about stuff.
The tiny little capons.
Random things. No, Rob, we are talking week 1 starts and sits. I want to get this quick little news bulletin out there. Rob, we have a new cadence to our show. We're going to be releasing every Wednesday during the football season, and we're going to be throwing little tidbits at you, little live sessions here and there, waiver ads, priority ads, people you should be looking at, injury reports, things like that. We're going to be throwing them at you. We don't know when. It's going to come out left field, boom, right in your face. Hope it doesn't hurt. It's going to, though, so just get ready for it.
Just throwing it right at your noggin.
I don't know why I got so evil.
Well, you're an evil person. That's probably why.
Yes, very, very evil.
Evil.
Evil. I don't know why. Be sure to follow along after the show by following us on Twitter and Instagram at FF Bros Podcast. Check out our website, thefantasyfootballbros.com, for all kinds of news, articles, and so much more. Check out our TikTok page at Fantasy Football Bros. We are periodically posting things on there. We've got some good content on there, so go check it out. Search the hashtag BroMob for all sorts of valuable stuff out there in the web. You can Google it, guys. It just comes up. The Google machine pops it up, gives you the information we give you. Sometimes it's not good information, but whenever I put it out there, it's the best information. If Brian does, I usually have to edit it, get rid of it, put new stuff out there. So, go check it out. Wherever you're listening to us, leave us a review. We love hearing from you. We love kind of giving you guys shout outs from time to time, reading your reviews on the show, letting us know how much you hate Brian, how much you love me. Brian, I'm getting you some hard digs today, so I hope you're ready for this. I'm ready for the season. Don't make
as long as you don't give me any Stefan digs, then I think we're gonna be okay.
Oh, agreed. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Want none of it.
Agreed. But what I do want, Brian, is to start this show. Let's get right into this fancy new news segment that you've built up here and talk about the news.
Keanu.
Just sneaking in there.
He has to be in everything.
Stuff going on. Oh, he does.
He's a brilliant man.
He'd be proud.
He'll also kill you.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah, with the stare. With just the stare. This stare.
There it is. He both seduces you and kills you with that same stare. He's like Medusa, but in
Medusa.
Real life Medusa. Makianusa. DeAndre Hopkins signed the richest non-QB contract in NFL history. A 2-year, $54.5 million contract, $27 million, Brian. My goodness, Arizona, what are you doing? I love Hopkins, but they're paying him like a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, here's the deal, Chad. He is good.
He is good.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, okay.
Well, and they want to keep him around. They like.
You think?
Here's the deal. They want to make him. They want to make him very, very happy. They want to keep him around for a while. They got a young team, young quarterback. Let's keep this guy here. They're trying to take over that division, and I get it.
I don't know how much they're going to take over with the $27 million going towards a wide receiver.
Well, why not pay him that now? Why not pay him that now while Kyler Murray's cheap? Keep him there while you try to find or develop your next future receiver, and then you let him test the market in 3 years, and you're done with it.
But when the team's ready to contend, what are they going to pay?
They want to be ready to contend. Now's the window. The next 3 years, win a championship in the next 3 years. While Kyler Murray's cheap, you can pay these guys. Then Kyler Murray's going to get really expensive.
That's a lot of macaroni. Who else got paid? I don't know why. I just like macaroni right now.
Okay.
Randomly signed to a 2. I shouldn't say randomly. I feel like the team has been working on it for some time now, but signs a 2-year, 13 and a quarter. 0.25, not 1 quarter, not like an actual quarter, but $13.25 million. What am I talking about? Got an extension with the Browns. Chubb owners in Dynasty. I heard the collective sigh across the world when it happened.
Yeah, it was 13 quarter pounders with cheese, I believe is what they signed him for. So there you go. But 13 QP cheeses. So why? Why?
Bait, right?
Why? I mean,
the
only thing I could think of, they're not going to let him walk. They want to try to get something for him. They're probably going to trade him. It's a cheap enough contract that he gets some money now. $8 million, I think, was upfront guaranteed in a signing bonus or something like that. I can't remember the exact structure, but I do remember $8 million being guaranteed to him. So it's a cheap contract for a really talented running back. Anybody wants to trade for him. He's under contract for the next 3 years, this year plus the next two after it, and then from there, maybe the Browns get a good pick out of him, especially if he shows well this year. So and with running backs going down left and right, who knows, right? It seems like this has been the offseason of running back signings, like a lot of running back signings this year.
Yeah, especially this one. I mean, first a cut, right? You got Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette. I like something. Leonard Fournette cut by the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't know why. I'm gonna keep moving on. Leonard Fournette cut by the Jaguars, been signed by the Bucs to basically a bare minimum deal. Big things going on there in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, he's gonna. I mean, there's a lot of mouths to feed on that team. I don't know how much I like it for fantasy purposes or not. I mean, Tom Brady's loving it. I can tell you that. I still think Leonard Fournette for fantasy purposes was better in Jacksonville. They're gonna run the daylights out of him here. I just see him being a part of a rotation. I think ultimately he gets the bulk of those carries at some point here. Probably not to start the season because he still has to learn, but the team has been saying really good things about him so far. So I think as the weeks continue on, he'll likely have more and more involvement in the offense and kind of take the role over. But I just don't trust Bruce Arians and what he does with running backs. I saw it too many times last year with Peyton Barber and back and forth with him and Rojo. And I don't know. I'm not really too interested now at this point. I've kind of faded on it, but good signing for the Bucs as far as trying to win a championship in the real world. Now I'm trying to win championships in this fantasy world. All right. We call it fantasy football. Boom. All right. So that's all I got to say about that.
Top of the head. All I could think of was boom.
Boom. It's just explosions going off in here. That's all it is. So,
I'm a fan of it. I think it's going to take him a bit to get acclimated, but for the season, like longevity of it, I like the upside. I like your upside.
I like your downside. Wait, what? No, I don't.
Franklin.
It took a minute for me to realize what I said. Franklin, get it out of there.
Football boom. Another big signing. Houston quarterback Deshaun Watson signed to a 4-year, $156 million contract, which makes it the richest non-Mahomes deal in the NFL. Basically, I like to call that the unattainable deal, the Mahomes deal. Big money. I mean, I like saying big today. Big. $39 million annually. Brian, this is a big payday for Deshaun Watson. I'm kind of looking at it and saying this might be the bar that's been set for a quarterback here in Dallas.
No, he wants $60 million. Okay, you know why? Because he's better than Mahomes. That's what he thinks. So why not? So
I don't think any of that's been said.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like none of that was said, but it actually got said. That's what I feel like. I don't know why.
I feel like you're offended for some reason. But you're
no, I'm not. So I'm more anxious to get on to the starts and sits because I'm really excited and you're dragging this out.
I'll move. Yeah. I won't drag anymore. We got Von Miller, massive injury, suffered lower leg injury. It's actually really bad news.
It's tough.
About a little bit here. It's tough. Left practice. The fear is that he might miss the season. This hurts. This hurts the Denver Broncos defense for fantasy. I mean, they had some upside there with Bradley Chubb coming back from injury. So they had Bradley Chubb, Von Miller. They were going to be a big sack artist kind of defense. Now Von Miller is gone. Hopefully they don't lose Bradley Chubb again, but it hurts the NFL.
Yeah, it's tough. Von's such a big name, so you're not gonna have him for the year. That's tough. It's like seeing what's his name in Houston out for the year. I mean, having him out for the year over the last year, the year before that, whatever year it was, he was out. I mean, that was tough. So
yeah, what's his name?
Yeah, I believe his name is Boom Shakalaka Face Smasher.
It's JJ Watt.
JJ Schmack.
JJ Brian Schmack.
I don't care, Chad. I just want to get on to the starts and sits.
All right. And then finally, last bullet point. Jadeveon Clowney finally got signed by a team. Tennessee Titans. They committed $13 million to him. He's now with the team. Comes in, he wants to start sacking people. All right. Let's get on to the starts and sits. It's the end of the news. Jesus Christ.
I'm ready to go in, coach. Just give me a chance. I know there's a lot riding on it, but it's all psychological.
You should know of all people that after a while, when you lose me, I'm gone. I was ready to get on to week 1 after we talked about Kareem Hunt. So
you were.
That was really brutal getting through all that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, mainly because you were talking and I need to be talking.
Let's talk about starts. All right, I'm done talking to you.
Let's talk about starts, baby.
I'm starting. I'm better than Brian.
Nope.
I go first.
Let's do it.
Mine gets in there. You guys can turn the show off after I'm done talking because that's all that matters. Let's start with my starts. I've got Allen Robinson, wide receiver for the Chicago Bears. Look, he's going up against the Lions, who, you know what, I'd have been a little bit worried last year when they had, oh my goodness, would have been a little bit worried last year when they had Darius Slayton on the team. He gone. They have a rookie there now. Could be a very good rookie, but I like the uncertainty. I like the no offseason for that rookie to get acclimated with the team, and I like Allen Robinson. They got Mitch Trubisky starting at quarterback, which is terrible. Mr. Biscuits himself. I think the biscuit's flaky nowadays. But here's the thing. It was flaky last year, too. I called that. I called the flaky biscuit.
But I like flaky biscuits. Get some jelly in there. Maybe a little bacon.
Moving on. We don't need to talk about flaky biscuits. They're terrible.
They're yummy.
Okay. Flaky biscuit, Mitch Trubisky. He at least loved Allen Robinson last year, was able to pass to him, was able to get things going with him. Allen Robinson's a beast. I love him. He's going to tear up the Lions. Moving on. It's not even worth a debate. Josh Jacobs, second-year running back out of Las Vegas. Now Las Vegas. Used to be Oakland. In case nobody has risen from their rock yet underneath the ground.
Dwayne Johnson, the Rock?
What's
Dwayne Johnson, the Rock? Is that who we're talking about?
Maybe.
Rock bottom.
Rock bottom.
People's elbow.
The worst. Josh Jacobs is running against the Panthers come week 1. If y'all don't remember, the Panthers were the team last year that basically let every single running back in the world score over 20 fantasy points against them on a weekly basis. I saw Peyton Barber score 20 points against them. Peyton Barber. Now we're talking about Josh Jacobs. Plug him in. I think he's the running back 1 for the week. He's the best start of the week. Love him. Get him in there. And then finally, my QB start is also my QB stream this week. Teddy Bridgewater. If you guys have been on the website a little bit, you might have seen, if you own Key to the Title, thank you to everybody out there that purchased. It was wonderful, wonderful product. Good time. Brian's over. I don't know if he's bowing or if he's doing push-ups over there or slapping pancakes. I don't know.
It was both. I was doing both at the same time. Bowing and push-ups at the same time.
Okay. Teddy Bridgewater had himself an easy first 4 weeks of the season, starting with week 1 against, we just talked about them, the Las Vegas Raiders. They're going to need to pass a lot. And Matt Rule and Joe Brady, they're the type of coaches that's going to make the team, they're going to make some good passes happen. So I love Teddy Bridgewater. A lot of chemistry going on with DJ Moore throughout camp. They're calling him the standout of the camp this year, liking that connection. I think there's going to be a big connection this week for Teddy Bridgewater and DJ Moore. I like what I'm seeing. I'm thinking 2 touchdowns, 285 yards, no interceptions. Going to be a good time. Plug him in. He's probably get him off a waiver wire pretty cheap right now, if not for anything. Put him on the team, play him in if you don't have any quarterbacks. Like it.
Love it. Want some more of it. All right. So starts. We're talking about starts, right? Let me give you, here's the thing, Chad. My starts are actually guys that, are a little deeper. Chad just picks he's like, start Pat Mahomes. I want you to start, let's start Michael Thomas at the wide receiver position. Duh, Chad. Okay.
How about you stop talking?
Let me start giving you some actual knowledge, bro mob. All right. This is why you guys follow me over Chad. Start number 1, wide receiver, Terry McLaurin out of the Washington Redskins. They are home against the Eagles. And here's what I like about Terry McLaurin, Chad. Last year, he scorched the Eagles. Not once, but twice. Two, actually. I put a 1 up for some reason when everybody did 2. So let me look. Yeah, what does that have to do with it? Terry McLaurin, okay? Terry McLaurin, schmerkerderm. All right, that's a word, and I made it up.
I'm going to tell you what doesn't work, but I'll let you talk about your stupid stuff.
Well, it's not stupid because Terry McLaurin's the real deal, and I think you know that because we both like him. So this guy, that's why I like him. 1, real deal. 2, real team this year. Got a real coach, got a quarterback that they like, all right? So real deal, real coach, and real matchup, all right? Against the Eagles, I don't see anything different. Team's going to be Tartars. That's short for terrible. Tartars. Last year, 23.5 points and 24 points, Chad. In those 2 games, he had 12 targets, 255 yards, and 2 tuds. I like Terry McLaurin this week a lot. They're at home. They're going to want to get out to a quick start against the Eagles that are going to likely struggle on offense, Chad. I mean, if they don't control the game right away, it's going to be tough scooting for this team. So I like Terry McLaurin a lot. At the running back position, I'm going to stay in the same game, but I'm going the other side of I'm going to the other team. We got a certain somebody that Chad Davidson likes a lot, and that is Miles Sanders. I had a brain fart. Miles Sanders, who tweaked his lower body. They won't tell you if it's a hammy. I believe it's a hamstring. So
they call that a tweaky poo.
Yeah, they got a lower body injury, aka broke a pinky toenail. Anytime I hear lower body injury, I'm just going to say pinky toenail displacement. That's going to be the new word for it.
That'd be what it was.
So he broke his pinky toenail, and so in comes Boston Scott. Beam me up, Scotty. And so it's likely that we have Boston Scott kind of doing his thing. I do think it's likely Miles Sanders practices this week. He might actually get in the game. I just think Boston Scott's going to be game planned to be more involved. And so I like the start there. I think it'd be, if you're looking for a depth play, Boston Scott's not a bad go this week. And then at quarterback, Chad, my start this week, 1 and only, Mr. Throw it all over the field, Phillip Rivers. All right. This guy's on a new team against the poor Jacksonville Jaguars. So he's the Colts versus the Jaguars. They're on the road in Jacksonville. And I see Phillip Rivers with a lot of weapons, and he's going to want to show it off right away and show that he's still the real deal. And so I like Phillip Rivers as a play this week. And I definitely think if you have him on your team, feel confident in starting the guy this week.
Yeah, I was going to put Phillip Rivers as my start, but the only thing that kept me away from it was possible uncertainty with the team trying to rush the ball a little bit more if they get into a quick lead, and just going to the Marlon Mack JT show and just running all over that Jacksonville defense. It's still something that could happen, but I think Phillip Rivers is going to definitely have a serviceable game. I mean, what I'm looking for in a starting quarterback each week is somewhere around 250 yards and maybe maybe 2 touchdowns. That's kind of the target. Yep. 250, 2 touchdowns, or if I can get 200 passing, 2 touchdowns, and maybe 50, 60 yards rushing from the quarterback, I'm happy with that too. So ultimately, no, you're getting no rushing from Phillip Rivers. As a matter of fact, he might have negative rushing yards, to be honest with you. He probably will.
It's highly likely. So Phillip Rivers, I'm gonna separate my starters from my streamers because I have 2 streaming options here I want to get to, Chad. So I'm a big component of streaming, and I like this stream a lot. Quarterback Tyrod Taylor.
Hold on. Component or proponent?
Both. Component. Yeah, I'm a big component. I'm combining them. Component of streaming, and quarterback Tyrod Taylor this week. He is now the Los Angeles Chargers quarterback. Is on the road against the Cincinnati Bengals, and both of my streamers are going to stay in this game on the Chargers side of the ball. So Tyrod Taylor I like a lot because, one, he's a rushing quarterback, so you got a nice floor. But number two, Chad, the Cincinnati Bengals allowed the most rushing yards to quarterbacks last year. And so, that was last year. I get it. Things can change. But I like the matchup. I like what Tyrod brings to the table. I think there's a nice floor there. And for a streaming quarterback, I'm looking for that type of production. So I like Tyrod Taylor this week as a streamer. If you're looking for a quarterback to stream, you could do a lot worse. I like Terry McLaurin. Jeez. I like Tyrod Taylor quite a bit. I like Terry McLaurin. Put him everywhere. So, and then I got a defensive streamer, Chad. The Chargers defense also against the Bengals. You're on the road, yes, but you're a talented defense. You're playing a Cincinnati Bengals team that was terrible last year offensively. Yes, they've got a new quarterback. Yes, they've gotten a little healthier. But at the end of the day, you're playing a rookie quarterback. This is a professional team. I like good defenses against rookies early in a season as a streaming defense. So I like this Chargers matchup for them.
Yeah, and a lot of people are worried about Derwin James getting injured. And I mean, that's a big injury. But the team added tremendous amount of depth this offseason.
Yeah.
One of them being Chris Harris. They brought Chris Harris in to play the nickel and dime corners. I mean, he's just this is going to be a good defense without Derwin James.
100%. You still have Bosa. You still have all these talents. You're going to be fine.
Melvin Ingram.
Good. I mean, look, you got Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa is going to be chasing a rookie quarterback around all day. Like, I'm in love with that. I'm in love with it already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be wonderful. I'm going to get back to your Terry McLaurin take. And the one thing I'm going to say that I don't like it, and that's why, it's because of the guy I said that's no longer with the Lions. Is now with the Eagles, Darius Slayton. It's going to be all over Terry McLaurin. But it's tough. I mean, Terry McLaurin's one of the sneakily best route runners I've seen in the league in a long time. Since I want to say he's as good as Antonio Brown, but he gives me that brain picture of Antonio Brown just making people's ankles explode. And Darius Slayton, you could be good, but man-to-man's going to be tough against this guy. So I see it, but I can also see him busting.
Yeah, scare terror. I don't see a bust. If anything, I just see suppressed numbers slightly. But I mean, maybe you don't get a 24 out of him. You get a 16 or a 15 or something like that. But at the end of the day, I think Terry McLaurin is a solid start for this week. I'm all in on that. I don't care who's covering him. I think he's an incredible route runner. The stats show that. I mean, he had a really great season last year, and I still think the Redskins are going to find ways to get him the ball.
Oh, okay. I like it now. You've persuaded me.
Thank you.
I don't like it.
You do.
Let's move into our sits, our poopy poopies, our not so likies, our icky poo poos. Don't like them. What am I doing?
You stop it.
Ryan, I'll let you start with the sits.
All right, fine. I'm just upset. Icky poo poos. All right, so I'm going to throw some names out here, and the first one, I think I'm going to get a lot of people upset, especially my fellow Cowboy fans. I'm going to advocate, and again, let us preference, it's early in the season. Sits don't necessarily mean that you should actually sit the player. It just means that, hey, if you have better options, you should maybe sit the player. But if you don't have better options, just temper your expectations. Amari Cooper, wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. They're at home against the Rams. Two things. One, he's missed a lot of practice. He's been out, a little bit of an injury already to start the season. I'm not liking that. Then he gets to play against Ramsey the entire game. I don't like that either. You've got other options there to throw to in CeeDee Lamb, and you've got Michael Gallup. You've got Jarwin to throw to, Zeke out of the backfield. I just think the team's got better options. Pollard. I mean, there are other options. You don't have to force the ball to Amari. So I don't think the team does. I think Dak does what Dak does best, which is probably just find the open guy. Wouldn't surprise me, Chad, if CeeDee Lamb comes out of the gate and has a huge week one. Mm-hmm. Right? I mean, I think he's a super sleeper this week. Yeah. So same thing with Jarwin. I think Jarwin can have a huge week one. So, I think there's some opportunity there because I think the defenses are going to be really focusing on stopping Michael Gallup and Amari Cooper and Zeke. And they're really going to, at some point, you can't cover all these dudes. Like the Cowboys offense is incredibly talented. Like it's unbelievable. So, I mean, at some point you got to pick your poison. And I see some guys getting a lot of targets this week. Specifically Jarwin and CD, I think are huge benefactors of this. So
I like it's actually the other guy I'm thinking about. It's Michael Gallup. I think he's going to have a really big week 1, and it scares me because I'm playing against him in our legal record.
Yeah,
record, not lecord. What am I doing? But I think he has the best of the 3 wide receivers.
Yeah, somebody's going to have a really big game, and I don't see it being Amari Cooper. Last year, Amari Cooper got out to a blazing fast start. And everyone's going to be thinking about that, I feel like, especially people that drafted him think, oh, he got off to a huge start last year. Watch. I just don't see it. I again, lack of practice. He's missed a lot of time in training camp because of an injury already. That scares me. I know the team said that they're not worried about it and he'll be ready for week 1. I don't care. I'm still, you miss a lot of time that screws up your cadence. I see him out there as a decoy. I think, that's what scares me. You got Ramsey on him. The only way I see him being productive is for some reason the Rams take Ramsey off of him and put Ramsey on CD or put him on Gallup or something like that because they know that Amari's hobbled. So I don't see that happening either. So Amari Cooper definitely somebody to temper your expectations on. I'll also say all Detroit running backs. Sit them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. They're playing at home against Chicago. And I know Chicago was a little rough last year. This is still a real deal defense. I'm not playing any Detroit running back. Number 1, Carrion's coming off of a season-ending injury last year. He's likely going to get the role. I'd imagine Peterson's going to get involved a little bit too. So you're going to have a split backfield with Carrion and Peterson to start the year. Anybody that plays, even if Swift ends up somehow getting the green light to go, now you're dealing with a 3-headed monster in the backfield. I want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
So especially against the Chicago defense that's going to stuff the daylights out of the run and make Matt Stafford beat them. No, I'm not having it. I do like the passing game for the Lions this week.
Oh, yeah.
I think the passing game is going to have a field day. And so, but the rushing game, I want nothing to do with it. So stay away from Detroit running backs. And then at the quarterback position, go back to the Cowboys game really quick. I'm sitting. If you're a Jared Goff fan, great. Start that train week 2. I ain't messing with the Cowboys defense this year. I'm telling you right now, that team, I feel like they've got the right coaching staff in place. Tons of freaking talent, pass rushing talent, cornerback talent. They got it all. The only thing they don't have is safety, really. I mean, they're average at safety, but other than that, they're loaded. They're very loaded. So I don't like Jared Goff this week. I think he's going to have a nightmare of a game. I think they're going to run the ball a lot. I think the Rams will run the ball a lot to try to keep the Cowboys defense on its toes.
Maybe. I mean, if Darrell Henderson comes in there healthy, like Sean McVay's saying, like he's going to play week 1, I think they come in there with a 3-headed monster. They roll Cam Akers, they roll Henderson, they roll Malcolm Brown out there. All 3 of them, they run the ball a ton. If they get up in like, this could be a 17-10 type of game. It could be exactly right. Lots of rushing. Just whoever takes the lead, they rush more than the other team, and that's the team that wins. I can see that.
I think it's more of a 24 to 20 game.
Gotcha.
I don't see it being that low, 17-10. I just think it's too early. This is a high-powered offense, 2 really talented defenses. McVay's always very good at scheming his offense. I think the scores are in the 20s. I don't think you're gonna. I mean, I'd be shocked. I'd be floored if you see like a 41 to 38 finish. Like, I just don't see that happening. So I don't think there's gonna be a lot of fantasy points that come out of this game. And if the fantasy points do come out of this game, I think they'll be very isolated to 1 or 2 players.
Yeah, I could see that.
Sure. I think Zeke can have a really a solid game to start the year. If he can get in the end zone at least once. Zeke probably has a pretty good game, but this is totally, like, to your point, Chad, this is totally a game where Zeke rushes for 88 yards and no touchdown.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like 88 rushing, throws in 23, 24, 5 yards passing, finishes with over 100 yards on the day, but no touchdown. So it's a very blah game for him.
Yeah. Having a 10-point week.
Could. Yeah, absolutely.
Not
absolutely.
really
so, yeah. And like I said, the final score is 24-20, and somebody squeaks out a win in a very close game that likely comes down to the fourth quarter. I mean, could come down to a touchdown pass to Jarwin.
Ooh. Field goal kick by Greg the Leg.
Did I just call it? Touchdown pass to Jarwin in the fourth quarter on the final drive of the game to win it?
No.
How dare you?
I don't see it. Don't see it. Let's talk about my sits. I don't see these guys either. I don't see them doing good. Leonard Fournette. Loved him before the season. Hate him now for this first week of the season. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, look, they just brought him in. He's not going to know the playbook. He's not going to know schemes. It's not that he's not going to be able to run the ball, because we know he can. I just don't think he's going to be able to get out there and block Tom Brady right away. So Bruce Arians ain't going to play him that much. So Rojo, I legitimately think Bruce Arians, when he says Rojo is our guy, I think he is their guy week 1. Maybe not week 2, maybe not week 3, but I think in week 1, Rojo's their guy. I think he has the good week. But I don't think Leonard Fournette does. I could see Leonard Fournette putting up like a 4-point week this week, because he gets 8 carries, maybe a catch, and that's all they use him for, just a few plays, whatever plays he knows at this point. I want nothing to do with that. Get him out of your starting running back spot. Get him out of your flex. Keep him on the bench. Play him next week if you can. I just want nothing to do with that. Another player, I'm going to say players to not start, to absolutely sit. Any Jets wide receiver, any receiver that's on that team that's rostered by the Jets, they're playing.
What about?
Yeah.
What about? I believe his name is Jamison Crowder.
Crowder.
I
don't like him.
No,
I don't like. It's not that I don't like Crowder. Let me take that back. I like Crowder. I like him for the season. I don't like him against the Bills. This defense is for real ski. Like they stop everybody.
No, I agree.
Anything happen? I want nothing to do with it. When you're the Jets, you got Mr. Johnny Bravo back there throwing the football. He's throwing footballs like that all over the place. Every one of them.
Johnny Bravo just throwing footballs. I just got a visual in my head and maybe I died.
He's throwing
pretty mama throws it.
It's not going to be a pretty game. It's going to be a very low scoring game, or it's going to be an absolute blowout from the Bills' perspective, and the Jets just ain't going to do anything with it. They're just going to have a field day against them. So, want nothing to do with it. Want no wide receivers? Don't do it. Get them out of your lineup. And then finally, what?
Don't you even?
Stop.
Don't do it.
Jumping in front of this.
I'll do what I want.
Don't do it. Okay.
Yeah. Make a face at you.
I'm taking you out of the equation. Taking you out of the equation.
How dare you?
And then finally, the Bucs defense. I'm not starting them against the Saints. Look, I think outlook-wise, the Bucs are going to have a sneaky good fantasy season. I mean, last year I think they were ranked somewhere in the top 15. In our league of record, they were the 11th ranked defense, but we score a little bit differently, a little bit more for sacks and stuff. But this is a really good rushing defense. This is a improving cornerbacks, improving defensive backs. And with Tom Brady there, this team should be out there theoretically a little bit less tired, because Jameis Winston ain't out there just slinging 30 interceptions left and right. So I could see them having a good season. Week 1, they're playing against the Saints in New Orleans. Want nothing to do with that. Super loud Superdome. Super duper Ooper. Nope. Want nothing to do with it. Get them out of your lineups. Get them in the waiver wire. I mean, you can pick them up next week. But I'm not picking them up this week. I'm done talking about them. I'm done talking about the Bucs. Bye.
I'm going to throw an additional streaming defense out there as a bonus. What? So bonus. So I'm going to throw this one out there, and I think a lot of people are looking past them. I think a lot of people are looking past them, actually, because they're only 21.2% owned in ESPN leagues. Bro Mob. That means that 8 out of 10 leagues don't have them. Math. All right. Get out there and pick these guys up. They play, guess what? Thursday. Chiefs defense against the Houston Texans. Let me tell you a little something here. They're at home. They're in Kansas City Thursday night. They're going to be coming out hot to trot, man. Coming off the championship, they've added some talent in the defensive side of the ball. This was a talented defense, from a fantasy standpoint, top 10 defense. They were ranked 7th in our league last year. So you have a very talented defense coming at you here. You're also playing the Houston Texans. They got to come to your stadium on the road, try to play the upset game. No DeAndre Hopkins anymore. You're dealing with Will Fuller and Brandon Cooks at wide receiver. You're dealing with David Johnson at running back. It's likely that they're going to try to find a way to really keep the score low. Good luck with that with Pat Mahomes throwing the ball. I think there's a lot of opportunity for some turnovers from the newly signed money-making Deshaun Watson. Probably going to show the team how to spend that cheddar by throwing it to the other team. I see a couple turnovers. I just think there's a really great opportunity here. So Chiefs defense is not a bad defense to start and stream this week for week 1. Definitely could be picking worse defenses. So try to get the Chiefs in your lineup if you can.
Interesting take, Iguado.
Yes.
I don't know if I like it. I don't know if you remember.
You don't have to.
Deshaun Watson and Pat Mahomes, they put on a clinic usually.
Yeah, but he also had a guy named this freaking DeAndre Hopkins to throw to.
Smoke.
He had Bubba Watson eyebrow remover to throw to. All right. So, now he's got nothing.
He's got nothing.
Nothing. Nothing.
Agree.
It's a hot take.
I disagree.
Chiefs defense, do it.
Smoking. I'm hot. I need to put the air on. It's hot in here. All right, Bro Mob, that is going to be it for this week's show. I'm just going to end it. We're done. We're done talking about it.
All right.
Be sure to tune in every Wednesday to stay up to date on the fantasy football world and gather any insights on how to dominate your fantasy football league.
I like how it sounded like you pasted Wednesday in there, like you cut it. Wednesday. Oh man, unbelievable. All right, Bro Mob. Also, make sure you get over to join the jointheBromob.com. I don't even know where I'm at anymore.
Terrible.
I'm done. I'm tired. All right. I'm tired from
go to bed.
Doing football all day. JointheBromob.com is our official website. You can become an official Bro Mobster for, I don't know, $2, I believe is what it is, Chad. We should be charging more for this crap. $2 make you hollers, all right? And by hollers makes you get good fantasy advice. That's how good it is. Makes you holla.
Yeah.
So anyway, jointheBromob.com. Head over there. We are going to be adding content into this year. So we'll have some special content. I don't know, might do some live streams for you guys that are, Bro Mobsters from time to time. So, definitely get over there. JointheBromob.com. We appreciate your support.
Did you hit me with a yippee for a moment there?
I did. Yep. I did.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bro Mob, if you're not listening to us on Apple Podcasts, check us out on YouTube. We got a great little setup here. I remember to hit record this time around. So you can see my face, you can see Brian's face, and you can see Keanu's face. It's a good time. All three of us having a good time. You're not going to see Franklin. We can't allow him on here. Signed a waiver saying he thought Brian was too ugly. Every time he came on the screen, he would be screaming, so we couldn't show him on the screen. So it is what it is.
Is what it is.
You can also check us out and other podcasting things. What? Google Podcast, Spotify.
This show's
radio. This is a really bad episode. We're not going to do well on this one. We're on everything. Check us out. Be sure to subscribe to get those juicy little notifications, let you know that our episodes are dropping every Wednesday. So you're the first one to listen out of all your friends, your family, your enemies. Question mark. Get in front of your enemies. Beat them. You got week 1 coming up. You're going to want to beat those enemies. Get this hot news inside of your ears.
Hot.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at FF Bros Podcast. You can see our little tags, whatever it is up top. I'm getting tired too. I need to go to bed. And be sure to check out our website, thefantasyfootballbros.com, for all kinds of news, articles, and so much more. We will see you right there. You again next week, Bro Mob.
You, me.
Ooh,